We came in this motherfucker to touch the sky, brother. I won't let us settle for less.
What if everything we thought we knew about Ghost and Tommy was only part of the story? For years, we've heard about the legends they became, the empire they built, and the betrayals that changed the power universe forever. But now, for the very first time, we're going back to the beginning. And after watching the Power Origins Episode 1 trailer, I honestly think this series could become one of the most important chapters in the entire franchise. The trailer doesn't just introduce younger versions of Ghost and Tommy. It hints at the exact moments that started everything. The friendships, the mistakes, the choices, and the dangerous people who slowly pulled them into a world they could never escape. And if the trailer is any indication, Episode 1 is going to be packed with emotional moments, shocking revelations, and the kind of tension that made Power one of the biggest crime dramas on television. But what exactly did the trailer reveal? What secrets are hiding beneath those brief scenes? And could Episode 1 finally answer questions fans have been asking for years? Let's break everything down. The first thing that immediately stands out about the Power Origins Episode 1 trailer is how different everything feels despite being connected to the world we've known for so long. This isn't the Ghost we met in the original Power. This isn't the Tommy who already had a reputation on the streets. These are two young men standing at the edge of a future they can't yet see. And that alone creates an entirely different kind of tension. As fans, we already know where their story eventually leads. We know about the Empire. We know about the betrayals. We know about the wars that changed everything. But what we don't know is exactly how it all began. The trailer seems determined to answer that question. Throughout the preview, there's a constant feeling that something important is about to happen. Every conversation feels significant. Every decision feels like it could change the course of someone's life forever. That's what makes this trailer so exciting. Instead of focusing on action, it focuses on possibility. We see James before he becomes Ghost. We see Tommy before he becomes one of the most feared figures in the drug game. And what makes it even more interesting is that neither of them appears fully committed to that lifestyle yet. They look like young men trying to find their place in a difficult world. But as we all know, the streets have a way of pulling people in whether they're ready or not. One of the biggest themes teased throughout the trailer appears to be loyalty. Long before Ghost and Tommy became partners in business, they were brothers in every way that mattered. Their friendship has always been one of the most important relationships in the Power universe. Even when they were fighting, betraying one another, or standing on opposite sides of a conflict, there was always a history connecting them. Power Origins finally gives us the chance to see how that bond was created in the first place. The trailer suggests that their connection runs even deeper than many fans imagined. We get the sense that these two relied on each other during some of the hardest moments of their lives. And because of that, their friendship becomes more than just a partnership. It becomes survival. That emotional foundation could make many future moments even more heartbreaking because viewers already know where their relationship eventually ends up. But the trailer isn't just focused on Ghost and Tommy. It also hints at the dangerous environment surrounding them. The streets they're growing up in already seem controlled by powerful figures who understand exactly how the game works. These older players appear to recognize potential when they see it. And that may be where the real story begins. Because every kingpin was once a beginner. Every legend was once unknown. Every criminal empire started with one opportunity. Episode 1 appears ready to show us the exact moment those opportunities start appearing in front of Ghost and Tommy. The frightening part is that opportunities in the Power universe almost always come with consequences. The trailer creates a strong feeling that every door opening for these characters may also be leading them closer to danger. And if that's true, then Episode 1 could be the beginning of a chain reaction that changes everything. The most exciting part is knowing that we're finally about to witness the events that fans have been discussing for years. Questions that once felt like mysteries may finally start receiving answers. And if the trailer is any indication, the journey is going to be far more emotional, complex, and dangerous than anyone expected. As exciting as all the character introductions and early storylines are, I think the most important thing about Power Origins Episode 1 is what it represents for the entire franchise. For years, fans have heard stories about the rise of Ghost and Tommy. We've heard characters talk about the old days. We've heard about the people who shaped them. We've heard about the mistakes they made and the decisions that changed their lives forever. But hearing about those events and actually seeing them unfold are two completely different experiences. That is exactly why this series feels so important. It isn't simply another spin-off. It is the missing chapter that connects everything together. The Episode 1 trailer makes it clear that the writers are not rushing into the story. Instead, they seem determined to show us how ordinary moments eventually turn into life-changing events. That's one of the reasons the original Power became so successful. It wasn't just about drug deals, violence, or power struggles. It was about people making choices. Sometimes those choices were smart. Sometimes they were reckless. But every decision created consequences. And eventually those consequences became impossible to escape. Looking at the trailer, I get the feeling that Episode 1 will spend a lot of time building the emotional foundation of the story. Before Ghost becomes the man everyone fears and respects, he is simply James. Before Tommy becomes one of the most dangerous people on the streets, he is just a young man trying to figure out where he belongs. That perspective changes everything. When we first met these characters in the original series, they were already experienced players. They already understood the rules of the game. But Power Origins takes us back to a time when those rules were still being learned. And honestly, that might make this story even more intense than anything we've seen before. The reason is simple. When viewers watch Ghost in the original series, they know he can handle himself. They know he is intelligent. They know he is capable of surviving dangerous situations. But in Origins, none of that experience exists yet. Every mistake matters. Every lesson matters. Every encounter matters. The characters are still becoming the people we eventually recognize. The trailer also gives the impression that temptation will play a major role throughout the first season. The streets offer opportunities. They offer money. They offer respect. They offer power. But they also demand sacrifices. That's a theme that has existed.